Hey, hey, y'all. You are listening to Definitely Not For Everyone with me, your girl, Nicolette. What's up? We are here today with Chris Rockefeller, aka Chris Rockefeller from TikTok. So please say hello to the audience for me.
Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for listening. I'm glad to be here. Thank y'all. Thank you, Nicolette, for having me on here.
Oh my goodness. Please, you don't have to thank me. This TikTok and this time together is really all about me saying thank you to you.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
you. Thank you for thanking me.
Oh my God, really? We gonna go back and forth like this? So, pandemic happened, shit was tight, life was rough.
Right.
It felt like, the whole world was kind of tumbling in. I just got into TikTok at that point, and you were in my For You page. And I was like,
so you've been since day one?
Pretty much, I think so. Yeah. I was like, okay, he's cute. I was like, he's loving black with, and I'm a woman of color. I'm half black, half Japanese. So I was like, respect. Yes, I'm loving it. But anyway, so you are here, number one, because I wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you for all the things that you do, for your content, for your use of your platform, for your love of Black women, for you uplifting us. And then I'm also have you on here because you got me curious. I know that you do put a lot of your life in your posts and your TikToks, but I felt like there were more things that I wanted to know about you. And I'm sure, the people who follow you too want to know more about you as well. So I thank you for coming on, and I thank you for being open to having this conversation with me.
Absolutely. I appreciate you inviting me.
So usually how I like to begin all of my conversations is by you kind of defining yourself. And as you know, every day is a different day, right? Like tomorrow I could be like, I feel red, you know what I mean? And the other day I feel yellow, which sometimes I do. But so you can talk about how you define yourself. If you don't feel comfortable with defining yourself, which I totally understand, you could just talk about how you're feeling today, or something like quirky about you. So while you think about that, I'm gonna go ahead. My audience knows me, but for the ones who don't know me and it's their first time listening, I am half Japanese, half Black. I came to this country when I was about 5 years old from Guyana. What else? I got 2 kids, drive me crazy, 11 and 5. I don't know why I did that. And I have a husband. He was working in upstate, which is like 5 hours away from where I am. I live in Harlem. And next week he's going to be coming back home because he's been up there for the last 6 months during the pandemic working. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm like happy, but also maybe not a little bit.
Yeah, I get that.
And yeah, I'm a massage therapist.
Oh.
I've been that for about 18 years now, licensed, working in 5-star, 5-diamond establishments for forever and a day, it feels like. Yeah, and I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling blessed to be able to do this podcast. I'm feeling so happy that you decided to come on. Something interesting about me. I think everything's interesting about me, but I love to say this. I love to curse. My favorite words, everybody knows this who knows this show, is bitch in all of its ranges and fuck in all of the range of the word.
Respect.
All right, so talk to me. I guess this is gonna go straight into the questions portion. So just talk to me. Tell me about you.
All right. Define myself. I think of myself as green. But if I was to define myself, I'm just a regular guy. I think I'm gonna try to be as good person as I can be every day. My everyday, since you said like every day is different.
Yeah.
I try to tell myself by the end of the day that I'm better than I was yesterday. Like whether it be I went for a run today and I didn't yesterday, so I'm healthier today, or I didn't eat fast food today. I'm better than I was yesterday. It's just always about putting that next foot forward for me. like with the past year, it's been tough, you know, pandemic and stuff like that. And coming from where I come from, I mean, I didn't have a rough childhood or nothing like that. I was raised by both my parents and stuff, but I've always been a person who questions things. So being raised with like blinders on and having a set of values that aren't the correct values, especially in my opinion, I've had to grow from that.
Okay, so back it up, back it up, back it up.
Am I getting too deep for you?
No, I want to start from the very beginning then,
Yeah.
right? So like you mentioned your childhood. So you said that it wasn't traumatic or anything like that, that it was kind of like a regular childhood. And the more that I do these interviews, the more I realize that people's definition of normal and regular growing up is not everyone else's definition of normal and regular growing up. You know what I'm saying? So what is your experience? Like what has been your experience with your family? Like what kind of growing up did you do? Like were your parents racist? Were they very open? You know, were they like, what kind of people were they?
Well, to be completely honest, my parents, like, I firmly believe there's no such thing as a little bit of racist or a lot of racist. You're racist, you're racist.
Yes.
Um,
Well, but you know what? There is ignorance though,
there
right?
is.
That could kind of play into, right?
Right. That's true. That's true. That's a fair point. Honestly, like I said, I mean, my childhood up until probably my mid-teens was pretty normal. I mean, I had my mom and dad in my life. Went to school. We lived in a double wide trailer in Georgia. Pretty just normal. But when I got to like, I've talked about this on TikTok before. When I got to like 16 and I like wanted to go on a date with this girl, it was the first time I wanted to take a girl on a date. Her name was Dominique, and I was like, I asked my mom, I was like, "Can I go on a date with this girl? Her name's Dominique." And first question I got from her was, "What color is she?" And I was like, "I think she's mixed." I was like, "Well, what's she mixed with?" And I was like, "Black and white." And she was like, "You need to talk to your dad." So I went and asked my dad, and he gave me the same question, "What color is she?" And I explained it, and it was no conversation after that. That's why I get the ignorance thing, but to me, that's straight racism. Like, I was just, and it kind of just made me, and at 16 years old, having to deal with that situation, and not understanding it, because as a white kid, I don't have to be taught that there are races that don't like me, you know, or there's the society that doesn't like me, or has a negative viewpoint on me. I didn't have to learn that.
Yeah.
I had that white privilege. So I just was questioning. I was like, "What?" I mean, my question is like, she didn't choose the color of her skin. Why does that matter? Like, she didn't choose her name. She didn't choose the color of her skin. What does all that matter? So that's where it wasn't traumatic. It was just like there was blinders on me, and I was just like, "This isn't. I don't like this."
So at 16, your blinders came off?
Yeah, that's when I was just like, that's not right for me. And I wasn't allowed to date outside my race, specifically Black females. I wasn't allowed to date Black women at all. I did behind my parents' back, anyways. But that was rough, and it led me to feel like I just didn't believe anything they really said anymore when it come to values. And then my dad passed away when I was 17.
Wow.
And my mom kind of just left my life. Like, she took a step back because her husband passed away and stuff, of 25 years. And so
let me ask you, how old were they when they had you?
My dad, he was older. I think he was like 44, 45 when he had me. You know, when my mom had me, she was, I think 28, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, they were a big difference in age.
Yeah. How did they meet? Do you know?
I think my dad was working at a bar with her mom, and that's how they met.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Wow. Yeah. Okay.
That's just how that happened, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, and most people in my life, my family wise, they pretty much all have the same values. Like, it's just the deep South values and stuff like that. It's just kind of backwards and stuff. And,
so then, can I ask you, like, what was it that, were they very clear with you? Like, did they say out loud, like, we're not down with Black folks? and we don't want you to date Black people, and this is why? Or was it just kind of like this unsaid, how people talk with their faces and their body language? What what was it with your family?
I would say it was kind of unsaid, especially with my dad. Um, and it was more along the lines of we don't you don't mix races. Like that's just, it's like it's against the Bible kind of thing. Like I'm saying.
Wow.
And I'm not a huge religious person. I accept everybody's religion. I'm happy with whatever. I just believe in being a good person. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty much that. But I mean, there's been other remarks that have been like more outspoken. Like, I mean, my mom has told me when I'd be in between girlfriends, she's like, "You sure you don't want to date a white girl? I really want white grandbabies." And I'm like, "I guarantee they'll be half." I mean, I can't make any promises on that. So it's like, I don't know, we're like saying things. My mom once told me, if you have or marry a Black woman, your kids will be mixed. And yeah, I just worry about there's not a lot of role models out there for mixed kids. Or I'm like, what? I mean, like that's your thought process. But yeah, it was a lot of questioning in my childhood, a lot of
Yeah.
questioning my late teens and stuff like that. And that's why, which I've talked about on TikTok, I call her my second mom. She basically adopted me, Pam Davis. She raised me from age 17 to age 22.
Wow.
Um, Single Black mom, beautiful, strong. Like she's what gave me the admiration for Black women because like I saw her do what she did and never once complained. And I saw how society paints a portrait for Black women that's not fair. And it just makes me want to do what I do on TikTok and stuff like that. And it's the bare minimum. I'm doing the bare minimum. All I'm doing is showing love, and you don't even have to ask for it. Like I'm gonna give you love.
Right.
So she was a huge part of my life after my dad passed away, and
Hmm.
it gave
How did
me
you meet?
how to
How
meet
did
her.
you
Oh, we
meet?
worked together. We worked together at Rite Aid. For a
Mhm.
while, she was my supervisor, and she was there when my dad passed away. And she just kind of just brought me in. Like my mom was just mentally clocked out.
Yeah.
She kind of just took me in and established new values. Like I tell people all the time, like I know ages 17 to 22 is kind of like you're already a grown up kind of thing, but to me, it's like that's when you really decide what you want to be as an adult,
Yep.
what kind of man I wanted to be, and
Yep.
that's just what I wanted to do. And that's like I tell people all the time about my TikTok. My TikTok's not about I'm trying to find a girl or trying to date somebody. It's about I want to show love. Like it's not
Hmm.
about like, oh, follow me, you might have a chance to me. It's like follow me and I'm gonna show you love. That's what I want to do because you deserve it. Like that's 100% what
Right.
I'm trying to do. No ulterior motives behind it. There's nothing like that. I'm blessed to have the platform that I have, and I'm so
Hmm.
thankful. It's because of Black women. They follow me. They give me the love that I have, and I have nothing but gratitude for that. And I so like when people tell me and I get the negative comments when it comes to about you chasing clout and stuff like that. It's like, yes, I get all my from Black women. I get that.
Right. Right.
I'm
Right.
thankful for it, but it's not going to stop me from showing love. That's what
Right.
I'm going to do. I just
Yeah.
have a bigger platform to show that love. So
Yes.
that's what I try to do.
Yeah. And I mean, so you just talked about like the comments and stuff, and I was reading through them. I didn't read through them like before while I was following you, but up until the time that we were like, okay, we're going to do this interview together, I was like, let me look a little bit deeper. And I mean, I clutched my pearls a little bit because I was like, what? It just, I love all the positive comments. I love that there's more that than the
Mhm.
negative comments. Like in one post, it'll be like maybe two negative comments, and then the rest, 600 of them, is like all positive, loving stuff. And I love that.
Right.
But for me, they're the ones that are the clout chasers, the ones who post the negative comments on it, trying
Mhm.
to use you, to be able to form a platform for themselves, right? That's how I see it. But I'm sure at some point for you, do you end up kind of questioning yourself when you go to sleep at night or before you go to sleep at night? Like, wait a minute.
Well, honestly, I've been showing love on any form of social media since I was like 20, and I'm 28 now. I did it on Twitter, and I did it on Instagram, and I've done it on TikTok. It's just always what I've done. So I get the questions. I understand, like when I get a random black woman who says he's just doing this because it's a trend, or he's doing it because it's a clout chaser.
Yeah.
Question me. Feel free to question me because you
Mhm.
need to. Because there are guys that fetishize black women. There are guys who are just doing this because it's a trend. I want to give you the answer. I want to explain myself because you deserve that. I have no problem with that. So no, it doesn't make me not, it make me struggle to sleep at night because I know what I'm doing, and I know the reason I'm doing it, and I know I'm
Good.
cheating. So
Right.
that doesn't bother me. Yes, sometimes I feel like I need to have a little thicker skin, and some comments they do kind of get to me. It's like I mean, you're coming at me sideways. You don't even know me. So, or you haven't even looked at my profile.
Right.
Like look at my profile, you see what's up.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I know who I am, and I know the people who know me. So I know it's going to be appreciated in some type of way.
Yes. Yes. It is very appreciated. Believe me. And so I've been looking in the comments. Speaking of comments, there's a lot of ladies
Yeah.
that try to get in them panties of yours. I've noticed.
You
Okay.
say, yeah.
But I also know that you got a girlfriend. Am I incorrect in saying that?
You're not incorrect.
Okay. And
You're
she's
not-
quite beautiful
yeah,
to
we're
all the
actually
ladies
engaged.
listening.
We're actually
Yes.
engaged, to be honest with you.
What was that?
We're engaged, actually.
Oh, congratulations. Okay, wait. So I want to talk about that.
Mhm.
How did y'all meet?
She would hate me if I was telling the story, but she's asleep right now. She DM'd me on Instagram at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I love her already.
I used to be bigger on Instagram. After me and her got together, I deleted it on Instagram. Kind of just started fresh. But I was live on Instagram, and apparently she was always in my lives, but she would never say nothing. She would just sit back and watch like all the girls go crazy and stuff like that. And like one night she just decided. She said she was at work, and she said this is how she said it. I wanted to get it out of my system. Like she obviously had a crush on me. I'm gonna DM him. He's not even gonna see it. I had like 20,000 followers on Instagram at that point.
Wow.
But he's not even gonna see it. I was like, and she said I sent the DM and I walked off and started doing my work. And then I heard my phone go off, and I messaged her back. I was like, oh, she's cute. And like she had like 100 something followers and stuff like that. I was like thinking this might be a fake profile or whatever.
Right.
But I messaged her back. We decided to go on a date. That's how it went. That's why I tell girls all the time, don't be afraid to shoot your shot. You never know.
Women are not taught, right, to shoot their
No, they're
shot,
not. They're
right?
not.
So yeah, you teaching a whole new generation how to do things. That's a good thing too, I think. So then y'all met like that. Y'all had y'all date. You have a child.
He's hers from a previous relationship.
Got it. Okay. All right. But I would never know that because that's your baby right there.
I've raised him since he was right before he was a year old. He just turned 5. in December.
Oh, happy birthday, baby. He's a cutie.
Yeah.
So how did you propose?
Well, see, I wanted to do something big, but she's
Mhm.
not really, she doesn't like being on the camera. She doesn't like being in front of the camera or around a bunch of people. She's very like recluse like that. I want to do something big, but I knew she would probably tell me no if I did it in like a restaurant or something like that.
Yeah.
So when I had the ring, and one day I was sitting, I was eating lunch with Eli, and I was like, could I ask your mom, or would you be okay if I asked your mom to be my wife? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. So she got home, and I was like, we were sitting on the couch watching the movie, and I said, you know what? We should just make this official. I said, will you marry me? And she goes, are you kidding? And then she turned around, she's like, is that fake? And I was like, no, it's not fake. And that's how that went. And she said, yeah.
So are y'all gonna have like a wedding? I mean, obviously it's the pandemic, and you gonna
Right.
plan stuff, but
I
like,
mean, I want to have like, we're trying to compromise like on something kind of small. She'd be fine just going to the courthouse and doing it there. But
that's what I did. My husband and I, We were living in Brooklyn. We went to the Brooklyn courthouse, got married, walked over the Brooklyn Bridge to commemorate our marriage, and didn't
Okay.
tell our family until I think it was like a year later.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some love
I
right
mean,
there.
that sounds cool. I mean, I live in that'd be cool. I mean, I'm here in lovely Augusta, Georgia, so not much to do like that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we're trying to figure out a compromise for that. We definitely are probably thinking after, hopefully there's a post pandemic and we can do something like more fun and easy. I want just a big site, you know.
Why?
If
Why? 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 What is with? Why do you want like a big? You want a big
you,
extravaganza?
do you not see my TikTok? I like being the center of attention. I like being the center of attention. So that's what I want to do. And I've always been that way. I'm the complete opposite of her in that case. Like, I like being the center of attention. I tell you, she'll read those comments that we talked
I
about.
was just about to ask
She,
you.
she can't stand it. She hates it. One bad comment out of 1,000 comments, and she's just
Yeah.
like, "You need to take it down."
Wow.
I was like, "It's not worth that." I was like, "It's not worth that."
No, it's not, because all the love that you are putting out there and you're receiving, and I think it's really important because Black women, do not get to hear positive thoughts about themselves ever.
Agree.
From when they're born. So it's nice, and I really do appreciate it. Um, I have a couple more questions for
Yeah.
you. So what is life like right now for you? Or you know what? How has the pandemic been for you so far?
Well, it's been tough. I lost my job last June, and that was tough. I was kind of set in my career, and I was making good money and stuff, so I was like pretty comfortable. I had already started on TikTok, so I mean, and I had probably like 70,000 followers at the time. Um, and I lost my job. I kind of stopped doing TikTok. I went through like a depression, and
Mhm.
I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror because I just wasn't happy with who I was. I just didn't know who I was after I lose my job. And
Talk to me a little bit about that, bro. What does that mean? So what were you doing that you were like you so identified yourself with this
well,
job, or
I was a pharmacy technician at a smaller pharmacy, and we just kind of it had to close down. Um, but yeah, I was like I said, I was making good money. I was in my career. I had like a
right?
5 to 10 year plan. I bought my house about 3 years ago. So I went from making good money to now I have $1,000 mortgage, and I mean, got to figure out how I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Which positive, like to get off of the depression part. That's why, like when I go live, I tell people all the time, like I understand what that's like to go through that. I was like a month that I dealt with that. I'm like, if you ever have to talk, I mean, I'm here. I'm always here to talk. I know how tough it is to not want to get out of bed and not want to look at yourself in the mirror and stuff like that.
Yep.
And that's why I kind of have the attitude. At least I'm better than I was yesterday.
Right.
Whether I go for a run or just do something positive in my
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. That makes
Um,
sense.
but TikTok honestly helped bring me out of it because there are so many positive people on my TikTok
So true.
that have came into my life and they noticed it. Like they would, you haven't been posting much. Are you okay and everything? Like I'm just like these people like that don't even know me, but they care
Yeah.
about me, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. And small things like that meant the world to me, and I mean, I can't even tell you how much that meant to me.
Yeah.
So it helped me get out of it and get out of my rut and just, I mean, I just started back on. I got focused on TikTok, just kind of being creative, trying to
Hmm.
figure out stuff to post and everything.
Hmm.
Show love, help bring love back to me because
Yeah.
that's how much. That's what it means to me. Like my motivation comes from motivating others. So that really helped me bring me out of it. And now I'm in a better situation than I was. I'm still a pharmacy technician. I got a new job with that. TikTok does
Congratulations.
well for me now. So I'm in a better situation than I was then. So uh, that's over months, not just a single day. So you know
Right.
that's definitely where I'm at, where the pandemic took me.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're coming out of it. So
Yeah, I know, right? We shall see. I mean, like, has your state said you don't have to wear masks anymore?
no, that hasn't happened here yet.
Good,
We
because
pretty much
what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Well, Texas, they're saying they're done with it.
I
But
mean, they've been done with it, right? Like they wasn't even wearing it to begin with. So I'm
well,
like,
that's the
why the
thing.
fuck are we talking about this anyway?
Working in the pharmacy field, like I mean, people just don't care here. It's just, I mean, we closed the state closed down for like 2 weeks, and then
Yeah,
it's just been regular.
yeah.
The only thing different is there's still you can't go to movies. That's about it.
Right,
Still go to
right.
restaurants. You can still do all that. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And like my girlfriend, she's a nurse at the hospital that I work at. So
Oh, that's so cool. Y'all work at the same place. I love it. Oh, I feel the love. I feel the love.
yeah,
So,
she dealt with it firsthand. So I mean, she has to deal with a lot of COVID patients. So
yeah, I could imagine. That's a really tough job right now.
mhm.
Anybody in the medical field is really, really difficult. I can't even imagine, I guess would be the best way to go. So my other two questions. I know you did TikTok. What made you, is it just your youth? Because I'm much older than you are. You could be my baby, right?
Mhm.
So
I don't feel it.
so you got on Instagram, you got all that following, right? Like what was the thing that made you want to go on Instagram to begin with? Like what was it that made you want to go on Instagram to begin with, do all those lives, build all of that? And then is it the same impetus that made you want to go on TikTok to do the same thing?
Well, it's just like I said, I did it on Twitter, I did it on Instagram, and I've done it
Right.
on TikTok. I've always had a thing for networking and being able to build on social media. Um, I did it on Instagram, and then like I deleted that account and I kind of just started fresh. And didn't really, I haven't really done much on Instagram since then. But like I got on TikTok on March 31st last year, so it's almost been a year that I've been on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Same.
And I was I saw a couple posts and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind. I just downloaded the app just to watch. Like, there's a lot of people that just watch.
Yeah.
And then I saw some and I was like, I can do stuff like that. And I remember my girlfriend, she told me that I'm not TikTok funny, so then I shouldn't do it. And I have the text message saved that she said that to me.
Wow.
Because every time I see, I got 200,000 followers now, so I'm still not TikTok funny. Um,
Oh.
but I did that, and I didn't think I was really going to do anything, and
Hmm.
then like I just did what I normally do. I showed love to Black women, and Black women followed me because they wanted to
Right.
see that. And I'm not going to deny the fact those are my more popular posts. I still post normal stuff every now and then, like
Hmm.
just funny stuff and everything. But like I know that they deserve the love, and I feel like this is giving me the platform to really do what I want to do,
Hmm.
and to have the white privilege that I do, to be able to grow the way I have, and I can still show the love that I have and that I want to show. Like it'd be wrong of me not to use that,
Right.
because silence is an action, and me
Hmm.
just sitting here quiet, not doing what I'm doing now
Hmm.
is not right.
Yes.
And
You're an activist. You know that, right?
I mean, I am in more than just TikTok. I mean, I'm on BLM book.
No, but like everybody does their own type of activism, right? Like
Right.
activism is not one thing, you know what I mean? And the fact that you are doing it on such a big platform that you have, and like you said, you're doing it in other ways as well. Like, thank you.
I, you're very welcome, man. I mean, I'm glad that I'm able to do it. It makes me happy. I love when I post something. It's not so much about the likes. Like when I posted my TikTok about like uh, when your friend approaches a Black woman and he says all the wrong things and everything, uh, that's comment section made
Yeah.
me more happy than any likes I've ever got, because there were
Yeah.
so many Black women that commented talking about the situations that they've dealt with, the comments that they dealt with, and then they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I dealt with it." They were just having conversations. And I'm
Yeah.
like, "This is like a safe place for Black women.
Mm-hmm.
I dealt with this. Oh, you dealt with this. I dealt with this." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it's got nothing to do with whether I got likes or followers. Where I'm like, this is a safe comment section where women can talk to each other about what they've dealt with or what to look out for.
Right.
Like I said, there's a lot of white men that fetishize Black women, so I have no problem being questioned about it. Like
Right.
I will be glad to explain and show my love is genuine. So I love that. I love creating a safe environment, safe uh, comment section or whatever you want to
Yeah,
call
to have those
it.
conversations.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's really important. So my last question to you is this: what is the next step? Like, what else are you gonna do with the platform that you have? Do you have any ideas or any like things that you're kind of playing around with? Or is it just gonna stay as it is and you're just gonna keep loving up the Black women?
I mean, all I can really say is I'm gonna continue loving Black women. I think that's what
Yes.
it's mainly gonna do. I don't know where this is really gonna take me.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if I continue to
But
grow,
where are you gonna take it? Where are
where
you
am
gonna take it?
I?
Yes, where you gonna take it? Now where is it gonna take you? Where are
Well,
you taking it?
it's taken me a lot further than I thought it was going to. I'm on a podcast right now. I didn't think that,
Oh my goodness.
but yeah, I'm rolling with it. People have talked to me about doing like merch, but I'm like, I don't really have anything that I don't have a saying or anything like that I have. So I don't really know. I love that I'm growing. I love that I can reach more people and show more love to more people.
Mhm.
Um, so as long as that continues to happen, that's just what I'm going to continue doing. I'm going to hopefully continue to grow so I can show more love and spread more love for Black women and the Black community in general.
Yes.
Because I have had posts just specifically about that.
Right.
So it's not just I'm not one. So I can change it up a little bit.
Right.
But
I
yeah.
also have to say, like, what made me fall in love with you even more is that you like the Mandalorian and Star Wars
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
all of that. I was like, oh my God, my husband, he's gonna have to, I don't know about him.
That's cool, my girlfriend. She don't even know.
All right, my love. Thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate you. To my listeners, thank y'all so much for listening. You know I love y'all. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you continue to listen. Before we head out though, Chris, do you have
Yes.
anything to say?
I just
Anything?
want to say I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Nicola. Thank you to the fans. Thank you to get me where I am. I appreciate you bringing me on so I could tell my story, even a little bit I could. I just really appreciate it. This has been fun. You're amazing, and
Aw, I'm all right. No, yeah, I am amazing. Okay, thank you. All right, and we are out. Bye, y'all.